footage used in any of the Slasher Scotty videos, including the body count, the rankings, and the top 10 videos, are entirely owned by the copyright holders. Slasher Scotty makes no claim of ownership and simply uses the footage for purposes of education, commentary, and criticism under the Fair Use Act.
Welcome everyone to the Top 10 Videos! I am your host Slasher Scotty, and boy do I have a surprise for you today. Ho ho ho! We are about to count down the top 10 Scream Queens in horror cinema history. Woo! Top 10 Scream Queens. That's gonna be a big hoot. I can't wait to get into them. But before we do, I just want to let everybody know to, subscribe to my channel, give me a like. I know you want to do it, please do it. I will appreciate you forever. And then also, like the video if you like what you saw. Comment if you think I left the Scream Queen off, if I have them in the wrong order, whatever. Just let me know what you think and we'll make it happen, okay? I'll interact with you. That's what I do here at this channel. And then, of course, hit the bell notification icon. Doing that, you know what doing that means. That means you get all of the videos I upload as soon as they're uploaded. Definitely do that as well. And then, we have one last thing to cover before we go on to number 10, and that is the golden rule. And the golden rule is, well, this is my personal channel, so it's my personal opinions. My opinions matter, but so do yours. Don't come at me because you don't agree with them. Just comment, do your part, and I'll do my part and interact with you. And we can either agree to disagree, or we can, have a nice interaction about it and start some communication. But now that we got all that out of the way, how about we go into the top 10, starting with number 10.
Number 10 is not your usual Scream Queen, as he's a male, and it is Mark Patton from A Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge. A male Scream Queen making it top or bottom of the list is a shocker, but a no-brainer, as he's not technically a queen, but a king in his own right. Yet he came out with his own documentary titled Scream Queen, My Nightmare on Elm Street, and we all know how the second Nightmare film had, homoerotic scenes, as well as Mark Patton giving some iconic screams that one could classify him as an iconic Scream Queen. Number 9 is Sarah Michelle Gellar. Whether it is from Buffy the Vampire Slayer to I Know What You Did Last Summer to even Scream 2, Sarah Michelle Gellar is an iconic Scream Queen that has been in her fair share of horror and slasher films, and her iconic performances in those films she's been a part of was mesmerizing to say the least, and left a lasting impression on the horror community. Number 8 is Adrienne Barbeau. Adrienne has been in quite a number of films herself and has definitely left a memorable mark on the horror scene with her stellar work and high-range vocals. Whether it be from The Fog or Creepshow or any of the other amazing horror flicks she's been a part of, Adrienne is without a doubt one of the most stellar Scream Queens to grace the big screen. Number 7 is Drew Barrymore. Drew Barrymore is most notable for her impeccable performance in the 1996 slasher film Scream, where she was front and center of the movie poster, believed to be the ultimate heroine, but ultimately was the second victim of the film at the very beginning. Even with an early death in the film, she was most memorable from the film as a high-pitched scream queen that absolutely made an impression on the film to help revitalize the horror and slasher genres. Number 6 is Danielle Harris, most known to be Jamie Lloyd from Halloween 4 The Return of Michael Myers and Halloween 5 The Revenge of Michael Myers. Danielle Harris is also a Scream Queen from other major films, including the Hatchet franchise. She also starred in Rob Zombie's Halloween and its sequel as Annie Brackett. Danielle's vocal range for screaming is absolutely impressive to say the least, and is one of a few to be an amazing actress as a child by reaching all new levels of fear and vocal quality, something most children actors are unable to do. Number 5 is an absolute icon and legend in the industry, and she is Janet Leigh from the 1960 classic film Psycho. Janet Leigh is most known as Marion from Psycho, and her shocking death in the shower leaves many stunned at how well of a performance she performed, and how utterly shocking the death truly is. She's a true scream queen, and that absolutely deserves to be on this list, no doubt about it. Number 4 is Linnea Quigley. Linnea Quigley has practically done it all in horror cinema, from being in Night of the Demons, Silent Night, Deadly Night, The Return of the Living Dead, Graduation Day, Pumpkinhead 2, Blood Wings, and even a cameo in A Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master. She has been in tons of classic horror films and is also an integral part of the indie horror community as well. A definitive part of horror means a definitive spot on this list. Number 3 is Marilyn Burns. Most notable for her portrayal of final girl Sally Hardesty in the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre film, Marilyn cannot and should not be underappreciated, as her screaming and vocal range and performance in that film was absolutely phenomenal, to say the least. An absolute shoo-in for the top 3 if you ask me. Number 2 is Neve Campbell. Most famous for her portrayal of Sidney Prescott from the Scream franchise, Neve is no stranger to using her lungs and throat to let out a deafening scream. Having encountered a total of 7 killers in the Ghostface costume over the course of 4 films, Neve is no stranger to getting loud, and she is an integral part of being classified as not just one of the greatest final girls out there, but also as one of the greatest scream queens to grace the horror genre with her presence.
Whoa, we just counted down the top 9! Yes, we just counted down the top 9 of the Scream Queens. There's one more to go, but before we go into the number 1 slot on the Scream Queens top 10, how about we take a look at some honorable mentions? Scream Queens that deserve to be on the list as recognized, but not good enough to be on the list as a Scream Queen. How about we go check them out? No voiceovers are going to be done for this. And then, well, we'll count down number 1 and I'll see you back here, okay? Be good people and see you soon.
Number 1 is Jamie Lee Curtis. Was there any questions or doubts on who the number 1 spot would go to? Screaming is in her blood, with her mother Janet Leigh being on this list as well. So it is absolutely a no-brainer to put Jamie Lee Curtis on this list at the top spot. Jamie got monikered as a Scream Queen from her impressive outing with Michael Myers in the original 1978 film Halloween, and went on to face Michael in 4 more films, one of which she was killed, but that timeline has since been forgotten. She also was in other horror flicks such as Prom Night, The Fog, and Terror Train. She is no amateur or newbie when it comes to letting out a loud scream when being confronted by a killer.
We just counted down the top 10 Scream Queens in horror cinema history. Woo! It feels so good. And now that we did that, I said it in the rankings video, and I'm going to say it in the top 10 as well. Show me some love. I haven't, done this in a while. So, show me some love. How do you do that? It's so simple. All you got to do is smash that subscribe button. Show me some love. Of course, hit that bell notification icon. Doing that, it's great. I mean, you get uploaded on every video that I post and right when I post them. Hit the like button if you like what you saw. And did I leave somebody off? Did I have them in the wrong order? Did you perfectly agree with my order in the way it was listed and who was on the list? if it's either one of those or something else that I didn't mention, comment and I will respond to you. I love talking to my fans. It may take me, a little bit depending on what's going on with the film schedule and everything, but I will always get back to you, and you have nothing to worry about because we will have a great conversation and talk. So I think that would be great. But I think that's all it covers here. So let's count it down. We slashed that subscribe button. Did you slash it? Did you? We hit the bell notification icon. Did you ring it? We liked the video. Did you like it? We commented. Did you comment and interact with me? Did you? And are you a scream queen? Are you a scream queen? I am. Ah! I'm Slasher Scotty. See you next time. Be good people.